Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Are you tired of waiting years on end for a Patek Philippe Nautilus to arrive at your dealer? Are you unable to conscience the idea of paying tens of thousands of dollars over list for a watch that already costs well over $20,000? If you're willing to open up your mind to another August brand and serious hardware to match, you need to consider the Breguet Marine 5817 ST with Big Date, 65-hour power reserve, 100-meter water resistance, and full bracelet. This is your made-to-order surrogate for the overpriced and overweight-listed steel patricians of the world. On my 16-centimeter circumference wrist, this one wears easily. Rarely seen on the full bracelet, the Breguet Marine is an easy 39 millimeters to fit across my 16-centimeter circumference wrist. You can see, as ever, the lugs are strong but angular. Downturned around the wrist, the watch spans 50 millimeters from lug to lug, even with the bracelet fit, and only 12 millimeters thick, with a generously stepped and sloped case flank that will wear easily underneath a tight dress cuff. Now, getting in a little bit closer, you can see just how slender the watch really is. Effectively as thick as a Rolex Daytona. Anything you can wear with a Daytona, you can wear with this watch. Now, the timepiece is more comfortable and better fit to my wrist because it's equipped with the rarely seen Breguet factory bracelet. These are generally placed on straps, and the straps are remarkably substantial but just too stiff for a smaller wrist. I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference because, unlike with the straps, look at that pivot. You can pull that bracelet right down around your wrist even if your wrist is small. And the spacing, if you want to accessorize with a less stiff strap option, is 20 millimeters. But consider this bracelet your first choice because it is beautiful. It's built to have degrees of motion in every dimension. It has an enormous amount of articulation built in with the small and staggered center links, so you can easily move it over the wrist almost as though it were a silken piece of textile rather than a chain of metal components. All of the removable links, unlike on a Patek Philippe Nautilus, are fixed by screws, not cheap pin sleeves as on the Patek. And of course you have a clasp, which rather than the Patek's tinny and stamped out clamshell is actually a double trigger, double deployment system that's a bit more secure and certainly a bit more contemporary. The strap is a nice piece on this watch. The bracelet is better, and if you get close you can see that there are degrees of articulation that allow this one to move fluidly in any direction. There's also this staggered link design down the center which I find visually intriguing, a nice piece of calculated dissonance. The satin finish is glorious and it contrasts handsomely with the polished aspects outboard with that small stepped groove between the outer face and the center of the link. Well chosen. The case band distinctively Breguet, cold rolled to create the coining on the flank, and you can see this is a bracelet that's fixed on with screws. No spring bars here, put together the right way. Screws so that spring bars cannot accidentally lose your lifeline to keep the watch on your wrist in a marine environment. Appropriate for a timepiece known as the Marine. You can see the wave-shaped crown shoulders as well as the Breguet logo on a crown that is sharply and deeply knurled for easy gripping, and rotating over the double-stepped, double-domed bezel, we appreciate the dial, which is solid gold. That's right, 18-karat solid gold, and you can see the pattern from the center to the outer face cut on a traditional rose lathe. This is real guilloche, done by an artisan called a guilloche using a lobe-programmed rose lathe from the 19th century that effectively cuts the pattern that he first draws freehand and then programs in using the cam lobes. So a solid gold dial that's guilloche cut and then black galvanized to contrast with the silver features of the dial. Note that it is loomed indices outboard of each of the applique stylized Roman numerals on the hour track, and you can see loom on the Breguet style hands for the hours and the minutes. A double date with a no-nonsense high legibility white on black print. It does have a quick set down at 6 o'clock. The watch 100 meters water resistant thanks to a screw down crown, and you can see through the case back. See how much closer we can get, but you can see through the case back a handsome Breguet caliber based on a Blancpain Frédéric Piguet 1150 twin mainspring barrels, 65-hour power reserve. It features a quick set system, a 28.8 beat rate. It's adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer and features 35 joules. So this is a luxury movement through and through, finished like a luxury movement with the Côte de Genève, the black polished screw heads, the mirrored anglage, and the high-grade engine turning across the base plate, the perlage. Plus you'll note that the rotor itself, like the dial, is rose lathe cut from solid gold. A beautiful watch, and you can see those twin mainspring barrels of which I spoke peeking out from under their barrel bridge. It is a nicely executed Breguet movement, restyled, specially finished for Breguet by Frédéric Piguet. This is the Breguet 517 GG. So if you consider Swatch Group to be one extended family of brands, you could consider this to be a manufactured movement. It's unarguably a long-legged and beautiful movement. You can see this Breguet Marine 5817, the discontinued and much missed model as of 2018, and make it yours, the ultimate Nautilus, Aquanaut, or Royal Oak surrogate. See it and own it now on the Watchbox. Breguet Marine, launched in 2004, discontinued 2018, already much missed. Note the differential color lume.